We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. Oh, we don't need no.
So if you would have asked us 26 years ago that my first date with James, that was a Bible study, would end in almost 26 years of marriage, 3 adult children, and moving to Tennessee, would I have believed you? Probably not. So what is it like moving to Tennessee? This is our almost 4th year update of how we feel about Tennessee, and whether we feel like it was a mistake or whether we're happy we moved here. We've lived in California all of our lives since the day we were born. Our kids were even born in California, born and raised. So
it's not our first big move. We did have to move to Nevada for about 6 years, and then we moved back to California. Then 2020 hit, and we had to get out of California.
yeah,
You all know what we're
back
talking about.
We moved back right before 2020, and that was a mistake. Because
So-
anyone that lived in California during 2020 knows exactly what we're talking about. So we did live in Nevada for 6 years because James had to transfer his job because he got laid off in California. So we experienced Nevada, and that was not for us. Like, James really liked it, but
Oh, I loved it. We had a brand new house. It was 4-bedroom, 2-bath, built on this ridge. We had 360 views of mountains all around us. It was like a Thomas Kincaid picture, like during the winter, just snow everywhere. We'll put some photos down so you can see what it looks like. I loved it. Plus, we had a campground, our own campground. We had our own shooting range, and we had our own fishing lake in our association. So that was awesome. Definitely a man's dream. Not a woman's dream, because the best shopping we had in town was a Walmart. No mall. Closest mall was Twin Falls, Idaho, and that was a 3.5-hour drive. Unless you wanted to go to Salt Lake City, that was 4.5 hours. And then Sparks, Nevada / Reno, that was another 4 hours.
yeah, if you ask all the women in Nevada, all the women did not like it there, but all the men loved Nevada. They loved Nevada.
It was outdoors, but it was cold. I'd say winter was the worst. Our first year, I think it got almost -20. It was freezing.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna die.
I know, I was like, are we allowed to go outside or will we die?
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
And there were some people who did freeze to death that
Yeah.
year. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, there were some homeless people that ended up passing
Yeah,
away.
it was sad. But anyways, so we journeyed back to California. 2020 hit, and we also were trying to get Newsom out. That didn't go so well. Didn't work, so we were like, we gotta go. And so we decided to take a 2-week vacation, and we were gonna do a road trip. And we had 3 states we were kind of interested in. We were looking at Texas.
Yeah.
And then we also liked Florida. I really wanted to move to Florida.
Yeah, I like Florida too. I'm not sure if I like the hurricanes and stuff like that.
And the tornadoes. You can get a double bomb on that one.
And it's like way more humid than Tennessee, so.
And then Tennessee was another one on our list. And so we take this 2-week trip, and so we're driving, and oh man, I tell you what, we get to Arizona. Arizona's a pretty nice place, but
Yeah, it was
we
pretty.
realized we were really wanting to go to the East Coast. We were kind of tired of the West Coast, and so we stay in Arizona, and we're heading to Texas. We're on day 2, okay?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, day 2. And so we get up at 4 in the morning so we can miss all the traffic. and I'm driving, and it's dumping buckets, and she's sleeping on the passenger side, and I could hardly see. I have like a center wall on this side. There's like a big rig on this side, and a car that's kind of back a ways, and I'm slowing down because I can't see, because this guy's just spraying water everywhere and he's dumping buckets. It's not like little drops, you know. It's like taking your whole windshield every time something drops. And then, so I slow down, and then I notice his truck nudges out of the way a little bit, and I'm like, what's going on? And then I see this thing in the middle of the highway, and this is couch. It's not sideways like this. It's standing straight up like this, but it's kind of kiltered. And I'm like, what am I gonna do? I have like 0.02 of a second to figure out what I'm gonna do, because there's a car coming up behind me on this side, and I'm just like, dude, and there's a wall, mind you, on this side still. And so I was thinking the only thing I could do is just get over this way, try to knock it on the right side, so her side of the car, so hit this couch and goes flying that way, all the way across the other side of the highway and off the road. But she wakes up in a frantic, oh,
I was asleep.
What's going on? She's freaking out, right? Like you ever see that one reel where the husband's driving and it looks like a big rig's coming straight towards her, and he wakes up, and she wakes up and she freaks out.
Yeah.
That was her.
I was like, oh my gosh, what happened?
And so
What happened?
she wakes up in a panic, and I'm not sure how bad the car is. I just know it's kind of jacked.
I'm
And
thinking
so-
it's toast. I'm thinking it's toast.
So
I'm
I pull
we're
over.
toast.
I can see the couch off in the distance is all like jacked up, and luckily my lights are fine. My signals are working, but the front bumper is like kind of hanging off. And so I get out there. I'm like, what am I gonna do? This thing's gonna drag for another 2,500 miles. So I just start twisting it. Keep twisting it, and finally breaks off. And then we just drive down a couple exits and go to a gas station, fill up, and just kind of get some drinks and kind of get their adrenaline off, because it's like pretty bad.
Yeah, we like sat there for a second and we had our little, poor me moment.
Yeah.
And we were like, do we continue on with this trip or do we just go
yeah,
home?
she's thinking like, maybe it's a sign we should go back. And I'm like, no way. I paid for this trip. Disney's already paid for it. I think we went to Universal too. And we got photos. So we'll put those in so that way you can see some of the photos that we did during 2020. The great thing about going, hardly anybody was going during 2020.
Yeah, it was like really empty during that time, but we had to wear face masks the whole time we were there.
That sucked, and it was hot, so I made it double worse. But
I was so glad though that you decided to go anyway, because I really did want to still go. I just didn't know how you felt about it.
yeah, but I was like, as long as our signals work, we're still roadworthy. We could still do it. And the gas attendant was cleaning out the trash cans, and he's like, dude, what happened in your car? I was like, dude, I just hit a couch on the freaking freeway. And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, that kind of stuff happens all the time here. It's like,
Yeah,
that's
he
like the
said-
worst freeway, I think, in America. And I'm like,
He said it was a really bad spot.
yeah,
and they're
he
used to it.
said we were lucky. He said, what if that couch flipped up and went in your windshield? He's like,
Yeah, I really feel like it was God's protection, because I think I definitely probably would have been dead, and maybe you too. I don't know. It was a very scary situation.
yeah. I just thank God that he gave me that idea in that split second and just hit it at the corner in the most wood part, so I could just send it off flying. And it was the best decision I made, I think.
Yeah.
But so our trip goes on, and we just go through all the lower states like Louisiana and all that. We got to try some barbecue and all that. It it was really fun.
Yeah, I wish we would have got it on film, but at that time we weren't doing YouTube, so we weren't able
we
to
weren't
get
vlogging. We
Yeah.
should have started then. I think that would have been.
We could have got San Antonio and the Riverwalk and everything, but we are planning on going back to
and
those
we
places.
went to the Alamo too, so
Yeah.
like we could put some of those photos in there, so that way you could see some of the stuff that we got to do on that trip. So we go to Florida. We're there a week? I think
Yeah.
we're there a whole week.
We did like a half a week drive there and a half a week
Yeah.
drive back. So yeah, we were there a week.
So half our trip was Disney World, the other half was Universal. And
We stayed in
then-
Bonnet Creek, Wyndham. That was really
Oh,
nice.
One of our favorite resorts,
Yeah.
definitely. It's Rollmark, Wyndham, good resort, but they also have tons of good resorts around there.
Yeah.
So, and it was a good price. And then, so we decided when we came back up, we were going to go mid-state. So we went through Georgia into Tennessee and started checking out Tennessee. And, you know, we just fell in love with Tennessee. There's so much
Yeah.
to do here. And everybody was nice. And
We I fasted and prayed about it because I really wanted to make sure we were going to the right location. And we just prayed for an open door. And the only open door at the time ended up being Laverne, Tennessee. So,
yeah, which is right outside of Nashville.
yeah.
Yeah. And so I applied for it. And I also applied for Hollywood, Florida. That was another spot. I
didn't really want to be near
I was
Miami.
pushing for that one, but
Yeah.
she's like, it's too close to Miami.
I was just like, I don't know if I want to I don't know. I just don't know if I want to be living there. It's nice to visit, but
but Tennessee, I was thinking neither one of them were gonna go for me. And then Tennessee, actually 2 months later, was like, dude, I just saw your freaking request to transfer. He's
Yeah.
like, I wish I would have saw this like a couple months ago. We really could have used to.
yeah.
And I said, well, we're not quite ready yet. We were thinking more like January. And they were having a lot of people quit off and on. And so he said he'd let me know if there was any more openings. And it wasn't even 2 weeks later. He called me. He's like, yeah, we could use you.
Well, he was like, okay, look, if we put the house up for sale and it sells quickly, then, or he said, if it sells, then we'll
Yeah,
know that
I'll
it's God's
call him
answer and
back
we'll go.
and accept it.
Yeah.
And lucky for us, our house sold in 30 days.
James thought, okay, I'm going to put the house on the market and it's not going to sell. Watch. He
Yeah.
puts the house on the market and it literally sells in 7 days. And we close escrow like in 30 days.
Yeah, so it happened really quick.
We got rid of everything. We only kept what we can fit in our RV travel trailer and what we could pull behind us.
Yeah, and in our cars. Yeah. How old was Dylan? 19, 20?
I want to say, okay, so it was 21, December of 21. So, yeah, he was 20 years old.
20. So he drove his car all the way from California.
He
just
followed us.
Followed
Yeah.
us.
We all caravanned.
Yeah, we caravan. I bought us some real nice walkie-talkies.
So that was really nerve-wracking because your son, that is only 20, he's been driving for a while at that point, but his driving skills were, how do I say this? Anyway, it's just nerve-wracking for a mom to worry about her 20-year-old following us across the United States. For all you moms that have like college-age kids, the fear or the worry or the anxiety after they leave the house or after they become adults doesn't get any better. Sometimes it gets worse because you can't protect them all the time. So yeah, that was my experience with that.
Yeah. So, anyways, he did a great job driving out.
He did a really great
Yeah.
job.
And so the walkie-talkies came in handy because he'd be like, I'm back a ways, but I see you, I'll catch up, So we were always in constant contact. And then, so we get to Tennessee and we get to our first campground, but we end up, one thing you gotta know about Tennessee is if you got a travel trailer, get one of those special apps that takes you down special roads for trailers.
Yeah, don't always trust the GPS.
Because this road took us down the worst road ever. And it's like this tiny little dirt road. And there's this big, like, river creek thing going through the
there's a
center of this
river.
thing. And,
Going across the
and
road.
this thing's getting thinner and thinner. I'm just like,
And this was the direction, on the way, the directions to the RV park, you know?
yeah. And so, like in a normal car or truck, it's fine. But you're pulling a 30-foot trailer.
Yeah.
I was freaking out. And so I didn't handle it so well.
I didn't handle it well either. I was
I
in
was
full
angry.
panic mode.
I was kind of like, Daddy Bear was coming out. I was a little bit ornery, telling him, get out of the SUV. I need to take this thing up the road and see what's up there. You know, I had to go
Yeah.
scouting. So I moved the trailer off to the side, and they're standing. And she's crying because I was being
Yeah.
a little mean.
No, I was
And-
honestly, I was just crying
and
because I was thinking,
stressful, and
the only thing I was picturing was like,
we're gonna
they're
have
going to
to
have to airlift us out of here
we're gonna have
because
to get a chopper. And,
we
move our
couldn't back
trailer.
up. We were too long to back up.
Yeah.
No room. And I felt like we couldn't go forward.
and so,
And I
and
was
it
just
was
praying.
supposed to snow the next day too. So there was a lot of stress involved.
Yeah.
And so I jump in our SUV and I'm flooring it through this thing. I feel bad for my dog because he's just going ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding
In
in
the
the back,
crate. Yeah.
in the crate. And I'm just flying through this road. And it looks clear for the most part, except for this one spot. There's this big tree. It's
Yeah.
like massively been cut. And it's sticking out just a bit too far. And I don't know, I had so much adrenaline. I went up and I moved both sides of these pieces the best I could. And when we got there with the trailer, I had this much on both sides, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
made it.
Yeah.
And
It was a
so-
miracle. It really was.
and then we go down, get to the right road, and then we started looking
Sorry,
like
my
it.
glasses are fogging up.
And it looks like we're getting to the same kind of road.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the campground this time. But I got out and scouted it first, so I wasn't gonna do that again. And then luckily it was the campground.
Yeah.
But we got there safely.
And it was a beautiful campground.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I would have stayed there again. I can't remember the name of it, do you?
We'll try to find that name for you so that way we'll put it down in the comments
But it was
below.
pretty, like it had a cement slab and it had like the string lights and it
Oh,
had
yeah.
like a really pretty river. And
Yeah,
everything.
we got photos, so we'll put that in there. And then, so we were there for what, 3 weeks? We were there two or 3 weeks, and then in that time, we started looking for houses.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
Honestly, I didn't think we were gonna find a house because it was getting almost as bad as California, where you had to have bidding wars against people with houses. I mean, that's normal in California. And so here it was like people were bidding like 10,000 over asking.
yeah, and that's
So-
kind of, I think we did 15 over actually.
Yeah.
When we got ours, but and we bought ours sight unseen.
Yeah, we did,
But
which is crazy.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
pretty
don't do
crazy.
that.
but actually,
But it worked out. So.
it was a really nice house. They put in a new AC unit.
Mm-hmm.
They pumped the septic already. The roof was only 5 years old.
Yeah.
So I mean, besides the little TLC, it was fun. It was
Yeah.
a good house.
We did some painting and some small upgrading,
Yeah.
but
We wanted a little bit bigger house, but at the same time, we were thinking
we're gonna be empty nesters
we're gonna be
pretty
empty
soon.
nesters. So why
Which,
do
you
we
know-
need a 4 or 5 bedroom house?
I don't think that's happening anytime soon.
No. So we're like, we want to downgrade. You
Yeah,
know, our
we
kids
were
are
thinking smaller.
the college age. Kylie's gonna get married probably soon. For the next few years, the boys make enough money they could probably go buy a house together.
Yeah.
You know, or rent an apartment. But we're in this stage where we want to travel and retire and don't want to be house broke.
Yeah, we want to be able to afford our house, but also afford to go travel and see new places and do YouTube for you guys and show you
Yeah.
all the different places that we're going. So
You know,
So questions. It's almost been 4 years now. Was it worth it moving to Tennessee?
I would say when I first got here, I didn't think so. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he was, not gonna lie, he was a little depressed for like a year.
I was a little depressed because
He took about a 30% pay cut and
Yeah.
lost one of his weeks of vacation.
yeah, and that kind of really hurt my my ego a little bit and my heart, and I was like, man. But the offset was our utility bills and water bill and all that so low, and
Yeah.
gas here was half the price.
Housing is cheaper. You
housing-
do make less money. But he did end up getting all the money that he lost back and his extra week of vacation.
Yeah, 3 years. Took me 3 years. to
Did
get-
it really?
Yeah. So
Whoa, I didn't realize it took that long.
yeah, so California, my job, after 7 years, you got 3 weeks of vacation, and after 10, you got 4. So here was different. You got 3 weeks after 10 years, and then 4 after 15.
After 15, okay, yeah.
So I've been with the company 15 years.
Yeah. He works
15
hard,
more
you
to
guys.
go.
He works hard. He works
So-
hard and plays hard.
Mm-hmm.
So all the trips that you're seeing, that's all, his work that, enables us to go see those
Wow, you grew.
places.
So, yeah, but, yeah, so my route expanded, and I picked up a lot of extra stuff. I had to prove myself again, so not the first time, but, it's good.
He's such a hard worker. He does such a good job.
Right.
His bosses love him.
Oh, yeah,
And
I
I,
hope
love him.
so.
And I love him.
Definitely hope so.
Yeah.
But for moving to Tennessee, I would say yes, now I love Tennessee.
Yeah.
So overall, it was a good move. Great experience. I love being on the East Coast. I mean, you got so many options. I mean, we've been to Florida too many times. I think next year we're going to slow down going to Florida. We got one more trip this year.
Yeah, to Epic Universe.
Epic Universe. Excited about that. But after that, we want to hit New York and Maine.
Yeah, I want to go
and
to different places.
She
And
wants to go to Washington and see all the monuments.
I want to see
and-
the Bible Museum in Washington. I want to see like the Lincoln Memorial and
We're gonna go visit my boy Andy in Kentucky.
yeah,
we're
we're
gonna come
coming
see
to
you in
see
January.
you.
So he'll probably be on the vlog.
Yeah,
He's gonna show us around Kentucky, so that's gonna be fun. And then just experience life on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Because we've done West Coast so much.
yeah,
And Disney World versus Disneyland.
yeah. Disney World is way
I love
better.
Disney World.
Yeah,
Yeah, cast members, everybody's just way nicer. I mean, not that there's not nice cast members over
they're
there.
just a little bit more grumpy,
A little bit more grumpy on that side.
and I don't blame them because it's hard living in LA and it's expensive.
Yeah, I mean, people work for Disney in California. That's like you could work at fast food and almost make the same amount of money, unless you're high up. But in
Yeah.
Florida, that money goes pretty far compared to what it does in California.
Yeah.
But
So the weather differences here, California is definitely more dry weather, sunny, and you get some rain. They do have a lot of fires. They say earthquakes, but we don't really get that many earthquakes in California. But we were more in the northern side.
although we did have that massive one that did the Bay Bridge, remember?
That
one
was
earthquake?
in 1989,
Yeah.
was it? Or something like that.
Crazy thing, my dad just drove over that bridge right before it collapsed.
Yeah, that was a pretty big one. That was...
So, yeah, that would have sucked. He would have been one of the people in the movie Daylight. You ever see that movie? Go watch it. It's a pretty good movie.
Yeah. And then, like, Tennessee is, like, similar weather, but a lot more humid here. You walk outside and sometimes you're drenched in sweat in the summertime.
Yeah, you can
But
shower.
there are some days where it's not humid.
You
in the
shower,
summer.
go outside, and feel like you never dried off.
Yeah, you can feel like you're wet all day long.
Yeah.
But I still love it over here, even though you deal with the humidity.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that's been a little bit crazy is I'm not used to the thunderstorms that like shake the entire house.
Oh yeah.
That is crazy, but it's really neat at the same time. And then, tornado watches and warnings. You always have to be careful of those. We don't get like a whole lot here, so
No.
not many that touch down here.
Although,
But over by Nashville, a lot more.
there was a tornado though before we moved that hit, I think, a couple miles away from our house.
Mm-hmm.
Took out quite a few neighborhoods by our area. So that probably was a little scary, but didn't know that until we moved there. But I mean,
Yeah, so I don't really regret the weather. I love the weather. You don't really have to worry about ticks here unless you're going off of the beaten path. Like if you're worried about ticks, just stay on walkways.
Yeah.
And let's see, what else?
Oh, you get fireflies here. That's cool.
Oh yeah, that was the neatest thing. When we got our first firefly experience, I was just like so excited, and my whole family was looking at me like I'm nuts, but I was like, fireflies, look how pretty they are. They're everywhere. I was so excited. That was the neatest thing I've ever seen. I mean, for God to make a bug that can light up, how cool is that?
Yeah, it's like a little Christmas light.
I think it's cool. I think that's the coolest thing ever. So that's my favorite. That's my favorite.
That's her fave. That's funny.
Yeah. And then let's see, what other questions do we have? So we did like income, housing expenses, weather. The kids really love it here. They were just as happy as we were. So they love like just the churches here. It's like everybody goes to church, and the college groups are so big. There's so many college kids here, and they go to church, and it's great. And I love how they honor God here, and we feel like all the morals and the beliefs that we had were the same here in Tennessee. So in California, you kind of feel like as a Christian, you're a minority, and we kind of felt like our freedoms were being taken away. So in Tennessee, I feel like you definitely have more freedoms.
Yeah.
And,
People back you for sure.
Yeah. We just love people. We love Jesus, and we want to be somewhere where people love God and love people.
Yeah. So if you guys were thinking, is this the right move for us? For us, it was the right move. And really pray about it. If you feel a tug on your heart that you need to move out this way, do something different, I mean, take a leap of faith. Just do it, because it may not be exactly what you want at first, but he'll get you back to what you lost.
Yeah.
And he always take care. I mean, he says he'll take care of you, so you just gotta have that faith.
It's not easy by any means to do a big move like that, but is it worth it? Yes.
Yeah. But since we moved out here, it opened the door for other people. So my sister moved out here, and her husband.
Yeah. And your mom.
My mom moved out here with them.
And your aunt and uncle.
My aunt and uncle built a house here.
Yeah, that was crazy.
By
That is
themselves.
so cool. I can't believe they did that.
They had a construction crew that would come by and they were amazed that he's building his own house. And I got to help him lay the cement and the foundation. And
yeah, they did
do
such
some
a good
fun
job.
projects.
It looks so
He
amazing.
did an awesome job.
Yeah.
And then your Aunt Della bought a house here.
Yep.
And so, more and more of her family's moving this way. Her brother just moved to North Carolina.
Yeah.
So
It's only 4.5 hours away.
4.5 hours away. So
Yeah.
they're slowly coming.
Yep.
And we just laid the way for everybody else to feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're not going to be alone.
And it
So-
doesn't have to be Tennessee. It just
No.
is somewhere you feel
Called to, or maybe,
like God wants you to move to. You know, I mean, anywhere you feel like it's just a good community of people that
Yeah.
you want to be in.
I had a friend that was a different delivery driver, and he moved to Alabama, him and his wife, and they're doing great. And so, you know, it's just taking that leap and,
Mm-hmm.
you know, doing it.
And it makes your marriage so much closer.
Well, yeah, you gotta
Your
leave and
relationship
cleave.
so much closer.
Yes, leave and cleave.
Because you really just become a close-knit type family.
Yeah. So, well, I know this is a little different video than we normally do, but,
Sorry it was so long.
you know, we just
a
want to
long
explain
description.
our story. We
Yeah.
haven't done it, and we thought it'd be a good thing for people who are interested in moving to Tennessee.
Yep.
But, yeah, so we love you guys.
God bless.
If you like this stuff, like and subscribe.
Yeah, please, you guys, we need 1,000
We
subscribers.
need your support. We can't do this without
Yeah.
you. You know, I'm going to keep doing my job, whether we get 1,000 subs or more. I'm going to keep doing my job till I retire, but I'm hoping this could be a retirement plan for us.
Mm-hmm.
And we just want to bring you along and just document our life, and so our grandkids could see stuff too.
Yeah, our memories, and take you guys along with us.
Yeah. So, anywho's, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.